Look at this, my friends. Headline says, rule breakers have blood on their hands. Who, friends? It says, COVID rule breakers have blood on their hands. The end of all things is at hand. I'm going to share with you this trajectory where things are going. It says, and that was the Telegraph. Look at this, friends. It says, people who don't wear the face coverings have what? Blood on their hands. So whatever rule they enact to combat the pestilence, those who break the government's rule, listen again, to stem the tide of pestilence, they are telling us, we have blood on our hands. Here's where it's going. Remember, they told us, the pestilence, 1:9, it is a fruit of climate change. Is there a law coming to combat climate change? Yes, there is. What is that law? Sunday worship by law. And those who break the Sunday law, violate the Sunday law, reject Sunday worship by law, what would they label us as? People who are lawbreakers. And we all, Sabbath people then, will have blood on our hands, they say. Because you refuse to honor Sunday, you are bringing more calamities on the earth. Is the end of all things upon us? So don't just say, that says, Pastor, those who wear or don't wear a mask. Open your eyes and be enlightened. Those who don't wear masks have blood on their hands. Watch this, friends. From masks now to the injections, now to the pestilence panacea, now to the virus nostrum. It says, those who reject the panacea, you are the ones prolonging the pandemic. Now, watch the bouncing ball. If we are prolonging the pandemic and people are dying, they say, who will they blame? The pestilence, panacea, refusers. Watch. And now, the same articles. Let's move on. Look at this now. The Vatican said, those who refuse the inoculation, you are seriously jeopardizing public health. So who will the papacy blame? For people who are dying. Those who are pestilence, panacea, refusers. Watch. From face covering, you see this? To the vaccination. Then comes Sunday. 3 strikes, you're what? I'm in. You're out? Look at this. The Antichrist said the pestilence is the root cause, or has the root cause of climate change. Watch this, friends. And will the pestilence continue? Will they become more frequent and more disastrous? Yes, they will. Watch carefully now, friends. Who will they blame? Those who violate Sunday, watch this, that this sin, what sin? The violation, first sentence, of the Sunday Sabbath, that this sin has brought what? Calamities, which will not cease until Sunday observance shall be what? Strictly enforced. And those who reject Sunday worship are troublers of the people, preventing their what? their restoration. That means health. And also favor with God, and so we can have temporal prosperity. Look at this. What is he calling for? Sunday worship. Look at this statement now. Watch carefully. Those who honor the Bible Sabbath will be denounced as what, friends? Enemies of what? Law and order. As breaking down the moral restraints of society, causing what? Anarchy, corruption, and calling down the judgments of God upon the earth. Let's break it down. So what will Sabbath keepers be denounced as? Blue words on top. As what? As enemies of law and order. Which means what? You're what then? You're what now? You are rule breakers. There it is, friends. Does it make sense now? Rule breakers. You have blood on your hands. From face coverings to the jab, from the jab, Sunday law. You are rule breakers. And blood is on your hands. Watch carefully. Friends, I saw something here. What does God say in Ezekiel chapter 3? Son of man, I set you as a watchman. As a what, friends? A watchman. If you see the sword coming, if you see danger coming, if you give the trumpet a distinct sound to awaken the people of the land, it says, you have delivered your soul, but the people will be lost. But watchman, if you see danger coming and say nothing to warn the people, and the people die in the siege, Jesus says, their blood. Let's read that, please. Go to Ezekiel 3. Their blood will I require at your hands. We have come full circle. If we refuse to become converted, if we refuse to carry forward aggressive, effective evangelism, and people die lost, their blood will be on our hands. Blood is on our hands. Do you see it now, friends? I have left the current events. I'm giving you a spiritual application. Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity. But his blood will I, what, friends, require at thine hand. Indolent, lazy, professed Christians have blood on their hands. Yes, friends. Write the vision and make it plain. I don't want blood on my hands, my friends. Because blood is already on my hands. Every sin I commit, I crucify Jesus afresh. And today, you also have blood on your hands. Every sin you commit, you crucify Jesus afresh. Hold on. But we have given our hearts to God. Amen. So no more is Christ's blood on our hands. But if we don't evangelize, what happens now? The blood of lost souls is on our hands. Do you remember Pilate? When he rejected Jesus? Bring the bowl. Put some water inside there. Put some detergent inside there. And the governor said, Pilate, that he would wash his hands and said, I am innocent of his blood. But what did Jesus say? The one who delivered me unto you has the greater sin. That means even though Pilate washed his hand and say, I am guilty of his blood, Jesus says, you are guilty. My blood is on your hands. The blood of the people are also on your hands. And the Jews echoed, that's all right, Pilate. That's all right. Let his blood be upon us and our children. And what happened when Jerusalem was destroyed in AD 70? That showed you the blood on their hands, friends. They were so hungry, they began to eat their children. They began to kill the elderly and eat their flesh. They had no mercy and compassion upon their grandparents, taking food from their grandparents, having them die while they would live. They began to eat each other. And that was not the end of it, because they would rise in the second resurrection and receive that blood upon them. I don't want to be there, friends. And that's why it's time for two things: conversion and aggressive, effective evangelism. What song you have for me? I will serve thee. Give us that song. And once this song is sung, I will serve thee. I don't want people's blood upon my hands. I will serve thee. Surrender your heart anew.